What is Appeals and State Hearings Section ASH?
Hi, I'm Kelly Clement with DPSS. The Appeals and State Hearings Section, also known as ASH, is responsible for reviewing the appropriateness of our department's action or inaction on a customer's case, involving CalWORKS, CalFresh, Medi-Cal, IHSS, CAPI, and GR Interim Assistance. Its mission is to carry out the federal and state mandates, guaranteeing recipients of public assistance the right to a fair and unbiased hearing. If the county fails to follow the required procedures, ASH resolves the issue with the customer without the need for a state hearing. If the county acts properly, ASH presents the county's position to administrative law judge at the state hearing. Right to a state hearing. If your benefits have been denied, terminated, or reduced unfairly, you have the right to file a request for a state hearing. A request for a state hearing must be filed within 90 days after the date of action or inaction. If the county fails to send you a notice of action, the 90-day time limit does not run out, and a state hearing can be requested at any time. How to request a state hearing. If you are not satisfied with the county's action or inaction on your case, you or your authorized representative can request a state hearing by calling the California Department of Social Services State Hearings Division at 1-800-952-5253. Writing to the Appeals and Hearings Section, P.O. Box 18890, Los Angeles, California 90018, or by filling out an online request at cdss.ca.gov. What happens once you submit your hearing request? Once the CDSS State Hearings Division receives your hearing request, you will receive a confirmation. You will also receive a notice from our Appeals and State Hearings section informing you who your assigned appeals hearing specialist will be. This worker will review the action or inaction taken by DPSS. Their telephone number will be on the notice. For more information on the DPSS state hearing process, please visit the Appeals and Hearings section page on the DPSS website, dpss.lacounty.gov. Thank you for watching.